For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise. And you surely feel naughty when you swallow our coffee. If you want some real heat, give your mouth a fine treat. You will want some more, rest assured. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Bradley. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Bradley.
Thank you very much, Larson. Jeremy Bradley here. This is The Scribble. Thanks for tuning in on your favorite podcast app. And if you're of a certain age, I might have to speak up for you. We're going to talk about aging today. That's what that was about. Because one of our producers, Bonnie Winters, if you've been listening to me on the radio from back in the day, you know Bonnie's been with me for a very long time. And I've known Bonnie for, I would say 18, I don't even know. Her grandson Dylan is 15, and I've known her for, I would say, 17 years. Let's cut to the chase. So I've known Bonnie a long time. And one thing that Bonnie has never, ever, 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 ever done is admit to her age. Now, this could be, I'm putting this out there as an option, is this a female thing? Is this a Bonnie thing? Because I'm going to tell you why I say that. I turned 40 last August, and for me, I was like, you know what? I don't feel 40. I don't look 40. I've got energy. I've got this. I'm telling people I'm 40. Now, this is my question to you. I'm not drawing conclusions. So I'm not going to hear that toxic masculinity, misogynistic, sexist. I'm genuinely asking, is it a guy thing? Do you know women who celebrated being 40? Our accountant, Raylene, she's not near a microphone. She turned 50. I guess it was during the pandemic. So she's probably about 2 years ago. Anyway, her 50th birthday was, I'm 50, I feel great. So I'm gonna go on a little bit more about that later in the show. But because it's Bonnie's birthday, we're gonna get her on the phone. She doesn't work on her birthday, so I'm calling her to put her on the spot and ask her if she will once and for all tell people how old she is. Now, the thing is, she realizes that I have her employee file and everything. So I've known her for a long time, so I know how old she is. I know that I'm the same age as one of her kids. So, there's it's kind of weird in that regard, right? Like, it's kind of, I know where you went to school. I know the year you got married. I know how long you've been married, all this, I know how old you were when you got married. I can do the math, right? So I'm going to press her on that. And I'm always joking with her and teasing, so I'm not, being a mean man, this old woman. Shut up with that. That's not what we do on this show. We're here to have some fun and have some laughs. So there you go. Look at that. I'm 3 minutes into the show and I'm already telling people to piss off if they don't like it. Okay. So, sorry. Now let me just ask here. I'm totally lost. Bonnie's coming up next, or I have got one more segment to do my age rant. We got Bonnie and then I'm talking about that. More on the Scribble right after this.
This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How do you like to learn the secret to losing 3 to 5 pounds a week without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt RX. For the last 2 decades, we've helped countless people lose thousands of pounds. And now, it's your turn. Learn how to lose weight with one simple phone call and no prescription needed. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a risk-free money-back guarantee. So, if you're ready to start losing weight, call right now and get a free month supply with your first order of Body Sculpt RX. Call now. You have nothing to lose but the pounds. 800-459-6838. 800-459-6838. 800-459-6838. That's 800-459-6838.
Hey there.
Joining us on the line from the Rotary Club's Bingo Bonanza.
No.
Bonnie, the famous Bonnie Winters, who's now hung up on me twice today, I should tell our listeners. Is that true or not, Bonnie?
No, only once.
Only once? Are you sure?
Only once.
Okay,
Yes.
because I did leave you a voicemail the second time, and I believe you got that.
I certainly did. It was just wonderful. Thank you so much.
What
a great voice you have.
What was the? So, let's bring everybody up to speed here. What was the voicemail? I did give you a heartfelt message.
It was
What can I say? When I have a horn, I get kind of horny. Now, Bonnie Winters is celebrating a milestone birthday today, and happy birthday, first of all. Thank you for taking the call. But I have a question for you, Bon, because if I were to ask you how old are you, would you tell us or no?
No, of course
Okay,
not.
so then my next question, and this is the next question because this is kind of a girl thing. At what age will you embrace your age? So somebody like Jane Fonda loves telling people that she's 80-something and blah, blah. So what age is that for you, Bonnie? And you remember that you work for me. I have your file. I know how old you are. But what age is it that you will finally go and say, I'm such and such and damn proud? What will that be?
90.
90. All right. So I'm going to call you then in 2 years, and we're going to have you proclaim...
Oh,
No?
no.
Not going to
No.
happen?
Actually, I think 90 is a nice round number. Don't you?
Oh, don't feed me those straight lines, Bon. But let me ask you then what you're doing, because we're heading into a weekend, of course. Then what are you?
Yes.
And you said this, now. Actually, let me just tell you. You texted me and you said that it was very loud where you are. So is bingo just a frenzy today? Is it just a buzz?
Actually, we were Actually, I'd rather not tell you where we were.
Oh, she was at one of those either motels or one of those dance clubs.
Suffice it to say, there were a lot of others in my age group that were just having a great old time.
Oh, she was
not an emphasis on old. There you go.
Oh, she was at the morphine station at the hospital, at the nursing home. Where was she, everybody? Let's send me an email. Tell me what you think. live@jbonair.com. So what's up, friend? I imagine, now I'm looking at the time here. I'm guessing you're at least 2 glasses of wine in. But what's on tap?
Oh, hey, how'd you know?
I know. Oh, I know. Well, I was watching camera 3. But tell me what's on tap for the rest of the day and the weekend then.
Oh, well, actually, we've just got a lot of things unfolding as the day and the weekend progresses.
That's
cool. Anybody's guess. Anybody's guess.
That's code for she's doing laundry for the grandkid.
We're not one to make any long-range plans, right? So.
Not at that age, because every minute you never know if you're going to hit 6 o'clock, I guess, right? I mean...
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but hey.
Now, as you get older, see, something that I found, because, I'm in my mid-20s now, but I find that as I'm getting...
Yes, that's right.
You're
out of your teens already. Well, I'm surprised.
But are you that old lady who's, like, up at 5 in the morning, or you still... I woke up, I sleep until about 10:30 most days, but what time are you waking up? You've got no kids.
Actually,
Let me just...
I'm usually up at 2 and 4 and 6.
those bathroom runs.
I don't want to miss anything, Like, you got to be prepared.
Well, they've got diapers for that, though, Bon. You can easily just...
I have to have my coffee fix in the middle of the night.
Oh, and you drink Buff Boy Brewing coffee, if I'm not mistaken. BuffBoyBrewing.com. That's right.
Well, hey, thanks for sending me that big box for my birthday.
I can send you a couple Buff Boys as well if you'd like. They can.
Still waiting. Still waiting.
They can crush your beans. All right. So you. But legitimately though, what time do you wake up? What time are you actually like out of bed? And I'm guessing baking or something. What time do you wake up?
Oh well, probably 7:30.
Oh my god. And then lights out is what time? Well, that's if you haven't been drinking. What time are you
get? That it depends on how late Yellowstone is on. 11:30.
Oh. Yellowstone is the code name for her husband, everybody, and if he's up, then...
Don't tell me you don't watch Yellowstone.
I don't, but let's move on.
All right. Your loss.
We've had a discussion before about gifts, usually around Christmas time. But tell me about, because we've had this discussion a few years ago, but the best birthday gift that you ever got. And I remember you telling me about a birthday back in the day. You did skinny dipping or something, didn't you?
I wouldn't have told you about that.
Oh, we can play the tapes, Bon. We could. Are you? Wait a second. Now, I'm going to do a Trump thing here. Are you denying that you've told me about going skinny dipping? Because you know that we have the tapes. We can find it. We'll get the audio. But you've gone skinny dipping.
Go ahead. Look.
Are you denying? You know what? And look, we can bring it up right now. All of the files are named, Bonnie.
No, don't do that. Let me have a good day for my birthday.
Well, because she's going skinny dipping. But you have gone skinny dipping. You've told us that before. Yes.
Oh, geez, it's -18 here right now. It's cold as can be.
Oh boy. Well, you better heat things up then, huh?
I'm busy talking to you.
All right.
Otherwise,
Well, hey, a husband can get the motor running while we're talking. But tell me the most romantic thing that he's done for your birthday. There we go. Let's put you on the spot about putting him on the spot. What does he do?
The most romantic thing, honey. Which one? There's been so many.
Well,
Really?
do you want me to ask him? Put him on. I'll ask. Tell me what's the most romantic thing. How does he?
Okay, you're on, honey.
Oh.
No, he's not going there.
What's the? Well, I imagine that. Never mind. But tell me the most romantic thing he's done for your birthday, Bon.
Well, we've had the dinners out. We've had the bouquet of flowers. I have a lovely bouquet here right now. Just gorgeous,
What do you think that he spends on your birthday? Let's just ballpark it. He's retired. He's got money. He's got government money too. What is he shelling out? What, a good $19? Like, what's the?
What he spends on my birthday is absolutely priceless. Like, he even made breakfast for me this morning, and I love it when a man cooks.
Now, how much does he tip the Uber Eats driver when they come? Is he generous like that, or is he?
No, I'm serious. He cooks times.
At times, yeah. So what did he make?
Yeah.
And if you were to rate it 1 out of 10 for taste and presentation, how would you rate it overall?
Well, let's, we don't have to go that
No,
far.
yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I want to go
on the plate.
That's
I'm happy.
Fine. No, go to another room. Tell me the real number. Go to another room, get away from him, and tell me the number.
Okay, on to something else.
Yeah,
Onward and forward.
Okay, then let's talk about the best birthday gift you ever got. Or best birthday and the weirdest birthday gift you ever got. We've got about 2 minutes left.
Oh, well, you're asking me to go back in time like that? Like, oh, come on. That's a long way back.
Wow. And then there's a danger if you fall, you can't get back up. But let's just overall then. It doesn't even have to be a birthday gift. Let's say Christmas, any kind of gift that you got. What was the worst one that you ever got?
Well, there's never been a worst one.
I'm saying from anybody. Yes, you've worked at a place, or you've had a friend, or you've had some gift exchange from a Secret Santa or whatever that was just a crap present. Bon, you're just pissing away the time. We got 1 minute and 20 left. Tell me a shitty gift that you got. Come on. Let's go, Bon.
I honestly cannot think of any. Really, seriously.
Married in Vegas.
Oh, well, that was a good one, honey. He's talking about our marriage in Vegas.
Oh, here we go. It's the hookers and the chapel and the. Mike, tell us the story. You've got 45 seconds, Mike. Tell us the story.
Are you going to tell the story?
We got 40 seconds. We got to hurry, Mike.
No, he's not.
Come on, Mike. Then you tell Bon. Sum it up for us in 35 seconds. Vegas.
The best. Elvis Presley married us in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic. I mean, that had to be the best gift of all time. Having Elvis marry us.
And where is he now, though, hey, Bon?
Well,
16 under.
it was actually long after he was no longer here. But the guy who impersonated him, wow, he looked really good in that gold lame suit.
Oh, Mike's got competition, ladies and gentlemen. Mike has competition. Well, Bon, we now have 5 seconds. I'm going to wish you happy birthday, and I will talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer. Save the money, save the hassles, and get the better blue pill. Dial 800-578-0179. That's 800-578-0179. 800-578-0179.
This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt, your shoulder hurts, and your back. Oh my God, your back. They're constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore, am I right? Well, here is something you haven't tried. Pain Absolve. Pain Absolve is not available in any drugstore. The only way to get it is by calling today. We're so confident that it will work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase, no prescription needed, and best of all, each purchase comes with a money-back guarantee. Call now to find out how you can get Pain Absolve and get rid of your pain. Call 800-319-0582. That's 800-319-0582. 800-319-0582. Call today, 800-319-0582.
Isn't it crazy that you wait for payday, but before you know it, you're strapped for cash again? It's time to stop blowing your money and become a smart spender with the book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com. Learn simple ways to cut costs at home every day and during special times of the year. Don't go broke at Christmas. Don't remortgage the house for a fancy vacation. The book is filled with tips to save you money throughout the year. Check out the best-selling book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com or on Amazon and iTunes.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. All right, so they've already told me that I've got to once again reiterate that Bonnie Winters is a longtime friend, and if I had a problem with aging, I guess we got the Don Lemon disclaimer, is that why I'm doing this? If I had an issue with older women, I wouldn't have basically, I think every woman who works here is older than me. Yes, actually, yes. Every woman who works at this company is older than me, right? Jeannie's older than me. I went to school with Jeannie. She's a couple years older than me. Bonnie's older than me. Suzanne's older than me. Raylene's older than me. Yeah, so all of the women that work here are older than me. So don't even don't write to me. Don't. Okay, it's not. We're having fun. Okay, I just want to again underscore that for this entire episode is that I get along best with middle plus aged women. And that's why I've hired them, and that's why I work with them, okay? So let's put that out there. Now, going back to that age thing, I mentioned our accountant Raylene when she had her 50th, and she wanted to do it up. And I feel bad because she was one of the people who had a milestone birthday during the show. I guess I did too, to a point. I think that we were sort of out of it last August, right? We were out of the shutdowns and things. There were some restrictions depending on where you were, I guess. But for somebody like Raylene, she couldn't go anywhere. She'd wanted to go to Europe and do all this other stuff, and it was just sort of unfortunate. And so we ended up doing something in her backyard. She idolizes Pink, so somebody had, or I think it was maybe even her own music, just Pink in the backyard blasting music all night. We were dancing, and it was a good time. And, you make the most of the time. And she was somebody who certainly embraced turning 50. I said at the top of the show, when I turned 40, I had stripped down. I've got a fitness model husband, so everybody's always commenting on him being half naked all the time and running around. He's an underwear model too. So I was kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm sort of a prudish kind of person like that. I don't have a bad body because I'm not. You can't, in many senses, when you live with somebody, we don't have junk food and stuff in the house, so it's tough for me to eat badly when you've got that influence, right beside you all the time. And so I'd strip down for a picture in a tight little swimsuit on my 40th birthday because, why not, right? And it's I guess maybe that's part of what it is too, though, is if you look your age, well then, okay, right? And Bonnie certainly doesn't, because I want to say how old she is. She's not 50 and she's not 60. Okay, let's just say that. I'm motioning my thumb upwards if you can't see me, but and I don't understand why that's not a great why not? I mean, she's got the energy. Her and her husband Mike are, traveling all the time. He's retired, and the kids are already gone. Her grandson is old enough. Like, I don't understand why not celebrate that age, right? So I'm going to ask you, the listener, then, what is that age? Because you think about it, when you're younger, you want to look and be older, right? Because then you can go to bars, you can do this, you're not looked at as a kid anymore. And then there's this weird shift when you're an adult to then suddenly, I want to be young, I want to look young, I want people to think I'm young, So what is that age where you kind of go, well, I guess you use the term over the hill. That's the way I'm describing it that way, right? Where you're going up, you want to look older, and or be viewed as older, and then suddenly now you're going on that downward slope where you're older and you want to be younger. I'm using the term over the hill in a different way that most people use it, right? Because most people use it as a joke and say, you're over the hill, whatever. But in this, it's metaphorically or figuratively. What is that point? What's that age where you're at the top of the hill where it's like, I want to look 25, and then you hit 30 and suddenly, wait a second, I want to be 25 again. Is it 25? Send me an email, live@jbonair.com. And again, tell me if you think, is this a woman thing? And I'm not drawing that conclusion. I'm asking you. And again, don't give me this misogynistic, toxic, I hate those terms already because, like I said, I'm surrounded by women all day here by my choosing. So it's not, I'm not taking a knock at them. Send me an email, live@jbonair.com. And if you're a man listening to this, by the way, I would absolutely want to hear from you as well. Did you have a shit fit when you turned 40? Like it was the end of the world and it was, I'm halfway through my life, whatever. I definitely want to hear from you as well. And again, like I said, maybe if I did have, I don't have any sort of, illness or disease. I'm healthy. I'm active. So again, maybe I'm just in a different situation than a lot of people who are turning 40, right? I don't have kids. I know that one of my cousins, she turned, she also turned, I guess, she turned 40 when her son turned 18, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that sort of being the big thing for her, was that, oh my God, I'm 40 and my kid is now an adult. I can appreciate that. I understand that, right? Because you've got that sort of not a timestamp. I don't know how to do, right? Like you've got something else that's kind of breathing down your neck that's making you feel old because now my kid is in college or whatever it is. So I get that. When your milestone birthday is the same year as a Canadian kid turning 18 is a big deal in a lot of places, right? That's the legal age to drink and all this other stuff. So that mentally hit my cousin. Okay, I accept that. I get it. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for the reason here that people, don't embrace it. And now, she turned 50. See, this is the thing. My cousin is almost exactly 10 years to the day older than I am. So when she turned 50, when I turned 40, she did it up. She went all out. And so now she's embracing that she's 50. So maybe I should call her, right? And ask her, what was that between 40 and 50? What was that defining moment? What happened that made you now okay to be 50? And good on her. This is, at the end of the day, this is where I'm saying, my overall message here is embrace your age as you're getting older. That's really the takeaway from this. I'm certainly not saying if you're 65, don't tell anybody. If you're 70, don't definitely. No. Stand there and say, I'm fucking 50 years old and damn proud of it. That's my point. That's what I'm getting at here. After this entire rant and that whole thing with Bonnie and at the intro of the show, say that you're 40. Be happy that you're 40. Be happy that you're 50. Fuck Don Lemon. Who the hell cares what an aging, don't even get me started on his ratings at CNN. That's where I was going to go next. But nobody's watching Don Lemon on CNN. His ratings, come on. His career at the failing network, really. So if it's going to bother you that Don Lemon thinks you're old, I'm here to tell you. Let's rethink that. But anyway, send me an email, live@jbonair.com. Back on the Scribble right after this.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. SpeakFreeWithJB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter at The Scribble Show and at thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. So just during that quick break, it was only a few moments, the discussion here was, again, if you're hitting a milestone birthday, why not say, hey, you know what? I've got a 20-year-old grandkid and I still look this good. Like, again, I just feel that that's a claim to fame. Isn't that a badge of honor? Maybe that badge of honor is the better term to use. That's how I would feel. Truthfully, and again, like I said, this is where people will go and say, you don't have kids, you don't understand, you can't relate, blah, blah, but I can understand things. And I understand that there's pressure, as, again, case in point, that whole Don Lemon thing, making women feel like, you know, if they're 30 or 40, they're out of it. We're talking about how you feel and how you look and your mindset. I'm not talking about if you're going to be passed up for opportunities. Because, again, as I've said, women have plenty of opportunities in this company, and that's because that's great. They've got the maturity that I love, and that's how we work best here. So again, tell me what you think. Live at jbonair.com. Live at jbonair.com. Is age a thing for you? And, you know, one of my friends, who he lives, well, it doesn't matter where he lives, but one of my friends had gone bald at a very early age. When we first met when I was... oh my God, I don't even know. Well, I was living in my parents' house. See, now this is how I always sort of place things and like dates and years. So I was living in my parents' house, so that means it was more than 15 years ago. And what was I doing for a job? I was writing for the military newspaper when I worked. So that was maybe close to 20 years ago, I guess, at this point. And he's a couple years younger than me. So I knew him, I guess, let's say he was 20. And by about 23 years old, I've got pictures of when we were hanging out at in his city. He was going bald. And that was a big deal for him. Now, again, I understand that because there is something there that's making him feel self-conscious or whatever. That's my whole thing is, what is it that makes people, right? Because he felt, and he certainly did look older. Once he eventually did go bald, and he did look older. But I said to him, like, why is that a bad thing, though? Here we go, right? You're a white man. You want to look older, don't you? You want to, but then you're also gay, too. So maybe that's what it is. The gay community embraces that youthful kind of thing. But that's my thing, is like, why do you and why don't you embrace it? I'm 40. I feel great. I've got a great life. I've got a nice, I'm not single. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe if I was on the market and I was having to put myself out there, again, as a gay man, maybe that's not something I would want to advertise that I'm 40. But at the same time, if you feel like you've got a youthful look, like I have people tell me all the time, on social media or whatever, or in person, when they ask if I say that I'm 40 years old, I think almost every time somebody will say, oh my God, you don't look 40 at all. Are you serious? You're not 40. And that's a compliment. I appreciate that. And I'm grateful people say that and feel that way. Maybe it's just a line that people are telling you, but great. I'm great. I appreciate that. I'm healthy. I don't smoke. I don't have eye bags. I don't have, wrinkles and a bunch of stuff happening. So maybe it would be a different story if I did look differently or had a different lifestyle. I don't know. Again, that's why I'm asking you, the listener. So again, send me an email, live@jbonair.com. At the end of the day, this is where I've got to put this disclaimer on. I'm not mocking anybody for doing anything like that. I have an opinion. I want your opinion. We have a discussion. We have some laughs. That's it. I'm not telling you if you're 60, you're old and you should be like, that's not who I am. And I think that I hope most people take that away from listening to a show like this. It's, I'm not getting on a soapbox and crusading and telling you this and that. I have my opinion. You're entitled to yours. Again, my company is called Speak Free Media. Speak free, share, speak your mind, say what's on your mind. If you're coming at somebody swinging and insulting and derogatory, that's completely different than what we're doing here. That segment with Bonnie, she knows when we do it that it's laughing. It's going to be at her expense. It's going to be like, that's the joke of it. That's the fun of it. I'm not picking on her. I'm not bullying her. We will have 3-hour conversations immediately after this show on the phone, or we will, we do lunch and we're talking on the weekends, and we're literally all day, by the way, when we're not at work, when we're not working together, we are texting back and forth like almost every day. So don't do this whole, you're the boss and you're picking on her and you're making jokes about sex and blah, blah. I mean, everybody's cool with it. We're fine. And you should be too. Let's not be so uptight about things, ladies and gentlemen. Send me an email live at jboutair.com. My name is Jeremy Bradley. This is The Scribble. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're old, fuck it. Embrace it. Love it. I'll talk to you next week.
Want
Bye-bye for
more
now.
Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a Speak Free media presentation.
If you want some